great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion. But yeah, right now, I mean,
Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. This is episode number 882 of the Immigration Answer Show. Today is Tuesday, August 5th, 2025. Can you believe that we're already 5 days into August? Holy cow, the year is going by fast. It has cooled down here in St. Louis, for which I'm grateful. It's been very, very hot here this summer, but I went up to Michigan. Just got back this time yesterday. I was jet skiing on Lake Makatawa with the Nornator. We had much fun, and we had the lake pretty much all to ourselves. It was a Monday, so most respectable people were at work, but it was the last day of our vacation. We didn't have much to do, so we said, let's go out and go jet skiing again, and we had a grand time. I like doing the jet ski with her on with me because then I can try to throw her off. We had a lot of fun. Let's see who's here. AY says hello. Tyrone is giving blessings to each and all. Erica is saying happy Tuesday to everyone. Momin wants to know, can I ask questions through the chat or do I need to join the show via the StreamYard? You got to do the show via StreamYard or come over to TikTok and ask your question there. Saring is here. Hello. Vasu and Chicago Beats both say hello. Lulu is here. Islander 1 Jim is here. Hello, hello. Julian is here from London. Wishing us all a good evening. INS says good day from the DMV. Clee is here. Hi, Clee, and Hope, and Adriana, and Miguel. Bob is checking in from Connecticut. Ismail is here. That's fun because Ismail, our son, is actually visiting us in St. Louis. Roll Tide Roscoe says, hello, Mr. Jim. We got Glenn. Jazzy says, every year it feels like it goes by fast. I would agree. Julian says, January 20th, 2029 can't come soon enough. I don't know what that day is. I can't wait for that day either, Julian. Michelle is here. Hooli says hello to everybody. Imran is here. Philip says hello. Joanna is sending good wishes from St. Kitts. JD is here. And Vanessa says, hi, Jim. I have a question while I'm in the waiting room. That's interesting. All right, well, we'll get to you. We're going to go Shara, then VJ, then Novant. Shara, hello. Hello, Shara. You're on mute.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Enjoying the cooler temperatures.
For sure.
Yes.
What can I help you with?
Okay, so my husband is ready to file his N400.
Okay.
But okay, so the 90 days would be sometime in April. However, he's he tried to assist his pregnant daughter by having her to live with us. Um, and she was given some trouble, and we wanted to get her out of the home. So we called the police, and when we called the police, she told the police that her father assaulted her, which is not true. She was the one who assaulted me. Her father, the police arrested her father. They also arrested her. However, the case was dismissed in the field, and so it never went to court, and the case was sealed. Now, given what is happening with the Trump administration, we just want to get some advice so that we can make, the best decision going forward.
So I don't really care much about the fact the case was sealed. That doesn't really matter to immigration. So sort of
Right.
thinking
Yes.
about that. But as far as whether someone with a domestic violence charge that gets arrested but dropped can naturalize, generally, I would say the answer to that question is yes, they should proceed. Now, I will say this. I did read a denial notice today for someone who had that exact scenario, and the Miami field office denied them their citizenship, and they appealed, and they denied their appeal. Now, I think the Miami field office is wrong. I don't think they can deny you citizenship for bad moral character on a case that got dropped if that's all that they're relying on. So I think that if I were your husband, I would still go ahead and apply. There might be a little bit of a fight on it, but they're going to want the police report. They're going to want to know what happened. And so I think it's still an approvable case. It's just going to be more of a hassle.
Yes, because I mean he has been here for 19 years, and he's never had an arrest prior to that. He's never been in trouble with the law. He was a law enforcement officer back in St. Lucia as well. Never had any, arrest or conviction back home. His daughter, however, she has had two prior arrests.
So I would say that he should bring evidence that she's a troublemaker. And I would bring evidence that he's a good person. So anybody that he volunteers, any place, any church he goes to, anything he can do from other people to show that he is a good person, you'll try to outweigh the arrest with evidence that he's a good person of good moral character.
Right. Very good advice. So the other thing is, I am here, but I am here legally because I got 6 months and then I had surgery, so I extended my I-94, which was approved for another 6 months. He was hoping that he could have put in his his application for citizenship, get that, and within the same time file for my green card. But of course, since that is, we were contemplating whether we should go forward with it or not because of the current situation. What do you think is the best thing for me in the event that
he's not going to be a citizen before your 6-month extension is over? You should leave. I would say you should leave on time and then have him apply once he's a citizen.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Good luck and thanks for the call.
Yes, thank you for your response. Oh, I wanted to ask one other question. How difficult is it to get a G1 visa?
Don't get a J1. Why would you get a J1? Don't get a J1.
Okay. I'm a highly qualified individual, so I was just thinking of whether that was an option to pursue, but
No, I think you're better off just focusing on getting him a citizenship, and because there's a 10% chance that doesn't work, I wouldn't want you hanging out here until then.
Okay.
Thanks, Shara. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. She's a happy lady. And speaking of happy ladies, we got some good news the other day. For those of you in our Immigrant Home Facebook group, you might have seen this. Nurse Laura says, I have great news. My I-751 was approved without an interview on Thursday last week. So that was, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Laura, 11 months start to finish. Obviously, Laura knows what's what and knew how to put her case together. It got approved, and she didn't have an interview. So to me, there's two noteworthy things. One, 751s can still be approved without an interview. And two, maybe, 6 months. 6 months. So they're going faster. So we're definitely seeing things speed up at USCIS. And so 6 months is pretty remarkable. Hell, that means that's even before she could apply for her citizenship, which is what we have been thinking is the thing that pushes things over the finish line. All right. Everyone's saying congrats and everybody's happy for Laura. VJ, hello.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Maybe you can make it better.
Okay.
I made some mistakes. I was young and stupid, and that's the plain and simple point blank answer. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I made some mistakes, and I want you to help me see if this is gonna cause a issue at N400 immigration Yes, I mean citizenship.
All right, lay it on me.
So the first one is back in 2020, when I was on H-1B, I made a political contribution, and that's against the election. I mean, the rules of being on H-1B. A foreign national cannot contribute in an election cycle's process. So since I made that contribution, how will it affect my N400 now that I'm on a green card?
Well, that's an interesting question. Do you know for a fact that foreign nationals can't donate to federal campaigns?
That's what my analysis or research has told me.
So, so then the question that you're thinking you would have to answer would be, have you ever violated the terms of your status?
Based on what I've seen online, I think that is a violation of a federal law.
Well, right. So, but I'm just wondering what question on the N400 is it that you're worried about? Is it that you'd have to answer yes to that question?
Yes or no?
Okay. I'll tell you this. I've never had this come up before. I've never had anyone ask me that question. I've never had a case like that. You know, I guess my first concern would be whether they're going to think you made a false claim to U.S. citizenship, because I do think when I donate, and by the way, if I haven't said this lately, I'll just say this. The Democratic Party is the worst at selling your cell phone number and your email address to other candidates. Every effing day, I get a text from some obscure, hey, I'm running for the Ohio State Treasurer role, and we really need to fight back against Trump. And can I put you down for a $5 donation? It's so annoying.
Yep, that's my observation too. So yeah, I don't know if I jeopardize inadvertently, sort of sabotage my own N400 or not.
Do you know who the candidate is that you think you do, or the party or whatever? Do you think you know where you made the donation?
You mean the
Like,
are you talking about the political figure, or?
Yeah, was it for one person, or what did you do? Was it for?
I think it's just one person. I don't want to get political and.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm not asking you to do that. What I'm asking is, can we track it down? Do you think?
Yeah, I went on FEC website and right there, my name is there.
Okay, so then the question is, but can we actually access from that campaign? Do you know if that person is still in politics?
I think so.
So if I were you, I would reach out to them. The big concern to me is that I don't think they'll take your donation unless you say you're a U.S. citizen or a green card holder. I think that's the much bigger problem than the fact that you donated. I mean, maybe in a way, maybe I should be more concerned. I guess it's technically a federal crime for a foreign national to donate to a campaign. So, that's the other one, which is, have you ever committed a crime or offense for which you've not been arrested? So you sort of have two big problems. You know what I mean?
So then how did they approve my green card? Because I received my green card 2 years prior, after the fact. So why didn't that?
Probably because you didn't tell
them. Okay.
Actually, this isn't a bad solution. Maybe you could ask them to refund you the money.
Okay. Do I need your counsel to?
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah. Perhaps. Yeah. I would say call the office or email us. And is it time for you to apply for citizenship?
2 years from now.
Yeah. So it's not a rush, but I would say I'll say this: if you do the legwork of trying to track down whatever you clicked on or filled out to make the donation, if you'll do that work, then I'll do a little work on our end.
Okay.
To let you know what we think.
Yeah, it looks like I have their contact details, so I'll probably express my concern that I was not supposed to do that, and I'll try to ask a refund. Yeah. And the second question is, there was an IRS audit. This is not my mistake. The company that did the taxes, they messed up, and I reported them to the Attorney General's office, State Attorney General's office, about their shady behavior, and I have the proof and everything, so it was not my mistake. But I paid the IRS audit money back. Do you think that will also sort of add salt to the wound?
So what you're saying is, Jim, I'm a green card holder, and I've been using company ABC to do my taxes. And at some point, I realized that company ABC was sort of shady. So I reported them to the attorney general, and then there was an audit. And as a result of that audit, I ended up having to pay more taxes than I thought I was going to. Is that what you're saying?
No, after I received the letter from IRS, that's when I went and investigated what happened in that file. Clearly, they just fudged the numbers. That's not the numbers that I gave them. They just made it up to get a higher return. And I contacted them, no answer, so I reported them.
What did the letter from the IRS say?
Hey, this is a misrepresentation. You owed us this money, and I paid it back immediately.
Yeah. I think you might not be applying for citizenship anytime soon, brother.
Okay.
Those two things together, that's a lot.
Got it. All right. I think.
Okay. See you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. Note to self: unless you're a green card holder or a U.S. citizen, don't be making any political donations. This might be a good TikTok. Novant is here. Hello.
Hi, Jim.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, Jim. How about you?
I'm well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for giving me a chance to ask some question. So I have one question. Like, my mother, is a 65-year-old, and she is on green card over here this year. Okay, and unfortunately, because of her health, she is in ICU right now because of some lung failure. But I came to US on B1 B2 to just like support her, to be with her. Like I came like 2 3 times. This is my third time, and my question is, can I get any immigration benefit based on her health condition? I my I-130 is already approved, and it's my priority date is to 2013. So do I have any options to expedite my case or something?
First of all, I'm sorry about your mother. I'll say a little prayer for her, okay?
Yes.
Second of all, no, you can't expedite the I-130. There's just simply a bunch of people in line ahead of you that
Okay.
that are going to get their green cards or their immigrant visas before you.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that you could do is get a 6-month extension on your visit visa, probably by filing an I-539 and asking for them to extend it so you can help take care of your mom. But that's it. It's not going to do anything long term.
Okay, because I saw some expedite, some option there in USCI's website, so that's why I was like curious to check this. What do I
Yeah,
have
for
any option?
the I-130, they couldn't give you the green card even if they wanted to.
Okay. Okay, Jim. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for your answer for me.
Good luck, my friend.
Yeah, thanks.
I think Novant was on the camera before the show started, and I think he's actually at the ICU with his mom. So everyone, good thoughts for Novant's mom. All right. We're going to go to EB3 with 2 jobs. Hello.
Hi, Jing. How's it going?
Great. How are you?
Good, thank you. And I'm just wondering, I'm currently under EB3, and the interview is coming up next month, like beginning of the month. And I filed it like back in 2021. And since filing, I got like 5 different minor traffic violation.
Well, let's back up.
Them,
Let's back up. What country are you from?
I'm from Taiwan.
And when did you come to the United States?
2016.
What kind of a visa?
F1.
Okay, and where did you? Don't tell me the name of the school, but was it like an English language school? Was it a 2-year?
Yeah, first it was language school, and then college, and then another college, and then college.
Okay, how long were you at the language school?
About a year.
And what year did that start? I'm sorry.
2016 September until 17 September.
Did you get any kind of certificate or anything from the language school?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. And then where did you go? What kind of a school did you go to after that?
And then I actually went abroad to Europe for another language program, and then came back for college.
Okay.
And it's probably like around 17 or 18. I do not recall. And for another 2 years.
And did you
And
get a degree that time?
I did not. I only got a high school diploma on the first 2 years. And then I went to Florida for a professional training program.
Okay. And did you get any degrees or anything?
I got my license and certification, yeah.
License for what?
For flying, like a pilot license.
So were you on an F1 or an M1 or what were you on?
F1.
Okay. And when did you finish pilot license school?
About like 2021.
Okay. And then what have you been doing since 2021?
So I went back to the college that I attended to finish my associate degree.
Okay.
And then I got my OPT.
Did you get your associate degree?
Yeah, I did get my associate.
And then you got OPT?
Yeah.
When did OPT end?
It was 2022 or.
And what have you been doing since then?
So I've been working for my sponsor company, like because I got my the EAD card for EB3, and so in the midway of OPT, I can for my sponsor company. I can do work for my sponsor company.
Okay, and what is the position that your EB3 green? You have an approved I-140. What's the position?
What do you mean by position?
The job.
It's just manufacturing.
Okay.
Yeah, and
when did that I-140 get filed?
I think back in 2021.
Okay. Okay, and do you have any relationship with the employer? Like, how did you find out about this job? Why did they pick you?
I actually got a friend referral for agency, and the agency got me the job.
Okay. All right. So what's your question for me?
So after filing the I-485, I got like 5 minor traffic violations, 4 speeding tickets, and 1 failed to yield to an emergency vehicle. And
Okay.
And back then in I-485, I think there was a question about arrested or detained or cited. I said no, because back then I didn't have any tickets. But since the interview is coming up, I don't know if I should disclose them, and what documents should I bring it to the interview for this?
Those are all citations that you'll have to show that you've resolved all of those. So for each one, you need a copy of the ticket, you need to explain what happened, and you need proof that you took care of it.
And do I need to tell them like, hey, I got like this question would be yes because I got 5 speeding like traffic violations, or should I just say like a few traffic violations? Do I need to mention a number for that?
Yeah, they'll figure out the number. That's nothing. That's nothing to hide. I'm much more concerned about someone being in the United States for 9 years, going to language school, getting a high school diploma, and getting a pilot's license, and then shifting to a EB3 green card. I think they're going to give you a hard time about the job, and I think the interview is to figure out if the staffing company is shady or dirty or sneaky. I've been to these interviews on these cases, people that have been in the United States moving very, very slowly through the academic system and really just sort of hanging out here. And I think they're going to grill you on whether you ever worked without authorization in the United States, looking for a way to deny your green card by saying that you worked at some point in the 9 years that you've been here when you weren't supposed to be working.
Okay.
These
And
are hard cases. I think they're really gonna come after you at your interview. That's what's happened. I've done like 3 of these, and they've all been rock fights.
and so how do I face this situation if they?
So you got to tell the truth, and I mean, you really need to focus on. I mean, you need to have all your I-20s. You need to demonstrate that you didn't work without authorization. You need to demonstrate that you were working towards advancing your academic credentials, which I think you did, but it's been pretty slow.
So what demonstration can I provide for like I didn't work unauthorized?
I mean, how did you support yourself? They're going to ask for those financial documents. How did you support yourself? They might ask for your bank statements. They might want to know where revenue was. I mean, how did you pay for these 9 years of school?
And so do I need to show them my like the past 9 years? Like, do I need to bring those transcripts to the interview, or like what's your suggestion? Because I think I-20 you have the school tuition and
Yeah, but
and
how did you financially support yourself for 9 years without working?
my parents.
Then you got to prove that shit up.
Okay. And I do have a second question about working 2 jobs. I've been working the second job about a year now.
On your EAD?
Yeah, on my EAD.
Yeah.
And I asked the sponsor company's HR, and they told me it's fine. But I just want to clarify if this would be an issue. Or...
That's the least of your issues, my brother.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Let us know how it goes.
Yep.
Yeah, those aren't easy. And I would bet, knowing how Trump wants to make America great again, that there's memos out there since the administration came back into power in January to really scrutinize employment-based green cards, especially when the I-140 was granted under Biden time, and now they're doing the adjustment under Trump time. All right, let's go to GC approved. Hello.
Hey Jim, can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank you. I had my green card interview yesterday and I got approval notice today. So I just want to.
How'd it go? How was the interview?
I think it was the easiest interview one can ever have.
Great. Was it marriage or something else?
Yeah, it was marriage-based green card, and we got married in March, and I filed on 6th of June, and within 2 months I got my green card approved.
Wow, that's great. How long have you been together with your partner?
So it's been like 2.5 years.
So you have a long history, just a short marriage.
Yeah. So we had like a lot of good evidence, and in the interview, just like we went in, come out, it just took like 15 minutes. That's pretty much it.
Fantastic. I'm very happy for you.
So just wanted to thank you, and just I got like filed everything just watching your videos. That's it, and didn't hire any attorney or anything. So just with your videos.
Thank you, brother. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, Jim. Thanks for what you do.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Thanks for calling and saying thank you. I really appreciate it. Makes my day.
Bye-bye.
Oh, we always like to get someone else on Green Card Island, so that's good news. Very, very happy about that. Let's go to N400 with prior arrests. Hello.
Hello, Jim. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
So I'm asking this question on behalf of a friend.
Okay.
She got a green card as a refugee over 40 years ago. She applied for naturalization in the late 90s. When UCS was still named INS, I believe.
Yeah.
She passed her interview. She even has a notice that says she passed the interview, but she was denied a few months later because INS said that they sent her an RFE after the interview requesting to do the fingerprints again. She said she never received the RFE, but at the time she didn't really know how the process worked, and so she kind of gave up.
Yeah.
She suspects they might have lost her fingerprints since they were done on ink back then, I think.
Yeah.
Now she would like to reapply, but since then she has had some encounters with law enforcement. So for the past 5 years, she only has a speeding ticket and a ticket for failure to signal. But over 10 years ago, like in the time interval between 20 and 10 years ago, she has had some arrests. One was for because she was a repeat offender of driving without a license, and she served 10 days in jail. Another one was for trespassing. She was in jail for 1 day, but no charges were filed. And then there is a more serious one, which was a felony. She was in jail for 1 day for a case of domestic violence, but no charges were filed. The case was dismissed. So is she okay applying for citizenship, for naturalization, given the circumstances?
When was the most recent one?
Like in 2010, 2012, something like
So
that.
nothing since then.
Nothing since then.
So I would want to go over each of the convictions and the sentences and the possible ranges of punishment, but it doesn't sound like that would keep her. Has she traveled at all outside the United States?
No, because she's a refugee and she doesn't have a refugee travel document.
Yeah. So I would say that it's a maybe.
Mm.
It sounds okay, but I obviously before we raise our hand and say she's here, we'd want to research it all and make sure. It's not something I can answer on the show, because figuring out the immigration consequences of a criminal conviction are the most complex thing, one of the most complex things we do in the office.
I see. If she were to file, is it worth filing a FOIA to see what happened in the 90s?
Always,
or would they not even have the information?
no, for sure I would. For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if she were to file, should she send the letter that states she passed the test, or is that useless?
Yeah, I'd probably include that, just because it'll have her A number on there and it might help them find stuff. Yeah, I don't think there's a downside to that.
Okay. And last question, if she were to file, like, once again, does she need the disposition for all the tickets,
Sure.
even the one older than 5 years, or just the arrests?
I would get all of it.
Okay. Okay, that was it. Thank you.
Have a good day. All right. I see Juli's here. I see Skyla's here. Hello, my friends. How are you guys doing? Good to see you here. It's good to be back in the studio. I missed all my YouTube friends and my TikTok. There's Skyla saying hi. Hello, Sky. I missed my TikTok friends. I missed the show. I'm glad to be here. I should be here every day for the next week or so. So we should be doing lots of shows, closing in on episode 900 here pretty soon. How about that? Mike says on TikTok, I have a red light violation notice on the mail. Will that create a problem coming back on an international flight? No, as long as there's not a warrant out for it. Pritesh says, I have a paid stop sign ticket in Missouri. Will that be a problem when entering the United States? I have a green card. No. Ash King, that's funny. I'm reading a book called The King of Ashes by our friend S.A. Cosby, who wrote Razor Blade Tears. Ash King says, hi, could credit card debt in your home country affect your adjustment of status in marriage? No, I don't think so. Mike says, do I need to file an I-131? No, Mike, only as long as you have a passport, you wouldn't need that. Mark says, good to see you, Jim. I've always liked your sense of humor too. Thank you. I appreciate that. Fear lesson 3, different response from lawyers, a marriage case. Should I send evidence now or wait for the interview? Oh, I just made a video on this. Check out the YouTube channel. Our current advice is to upload about a week before your interview. And Rolex says, doing a great job. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll do one more. What's better, CR1 or K1? Still down on K1, still down on fiancés. If you can do the marriage route, do the marriage route. All right. Donna asks, hey, Jim, when was the last time Rich popped up on the show? It's been a little while. Donna, we have a lot of friends from Jamaica that pop in, but I haven't seen Rich in a while, so I'm not sure. All right, we're going to go to AY, then Pierre, then Bradley. AY, hello.
Hello, Mr. Jim. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good. I talked to you before about my case, and my father had been had an asylum case back in 2016, and He's scheduled for the interview like 7 days from now, on the 14th.
Okay.
And just want to ask you, my case was in Chicago, and they sent it to Michigan. We're in Detroit. Um, I just want to ask you what to do at the interview, why they send it to Michigan, and is there advice to let me know, do I need to take supporter documents?
So are we talking
That's
about, who has an interview, you or your dad?
my dad.
Okay, so dad has a long pending asylum case. Does dad live in Michigan?
Yes.
Well, that's why so the Chicago field office, they drive around or fly around to other cities. Like they'll come to St. Louis and do a week's worth of interviews. They'll go to Detroit and do a week's worth of interviews. They're trying to help and make things go faster. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. My question would be, if dad filed for asylum 7 years ago, I would imagine that his life in America has changed and his life back home has changed. In other words, things back in the home country have
We're in Lebanon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in any asylum case, the question is, what would happen right now? Right? They're going to say, look, dude, you don't need to tell me the whole history of Lebanon. You don't have to tell me all the bad things that have ever happened in Lebanon. What I want to know, I mean, they're going to go. So if you're asking how should your dad prepare, somebody should read him every single question from the I-589 that he filled out. That's the actual asylum application. So the officer will have a red pen and will go over every question, and they'll be making little corrections and little edits. And then at the end, they'll go, okay, I'm going to count up all the edits. Okay, so there's 14 edits, and I'm going to go over those all with you, Mr. Asylum Seeker. And then we're going to make sure that all your answers are correct. And then very quickly, the officer is going to want your dad to to focus on why he, in 2025, fears going back to Lebanon, right? And so your dad has to show that he has a credible fear, a believable fear, a realistic fear, an understandable fear, that if he goes back to Lebanon, he's going to be persecuted. And persecution means tortured, jailed, killed, injured, harmed, hurt, those kinds of things, because of one of 5 things. So dad can't go in there and say, man, oh man, life for everybody in Lebanon sucks, right? So he can't just go in there and say the government or bad people are bad to everybody for any reason at all. Instead, he has to be laser focused. The biggest problem most asylum seekers have when they go to their asylum interviews is they don't get focused enough fast enough. They don't get, in other words, think about life for these asylum officers. They have to do 2 or 3 of these interviews a day. They're in with people for 2 or 3 or 4 hours. And sometimes asylum seekers have been through trauma, they've had hard lives, and they just want to be able to tell their story, but they don't know how to focus and they don't know how to get to the important stuff first. And so they might spend half their time talking about dumb stuff that doesn't really impact their asylum claim, right? So he needs to say, I'm going to be persecuted. Here's how I'm going to be persecuted. Here's who is going to persecute me. And here's why they're going to persecute me. And then it has to be because of his race, his religion, his national origin, his political opinion, or his membership in a particular social group. That's it.
Okay, so I do have 2 questions more, because I'm a stateless. I have no nationality. I'm Palestinian, but we born in Lebanon without document.
Yeah.
And the second question is, I had the interview back in 2019, and the officer had me sign a paper to join either I joined their case or my dad joined my case.
Okay.
And now because they sent the letter that we have to go, do I need to go or no?
If your cases are tied together, everybody should go.
I mean, how I could tell because I have my own case.
What's the downside? Why don't you want to go?
I mean, I have my own case. He has his own case, but they have me file like a paper. I signed a paper to either I join them or they join me.
I understand, but
Yeah.
why don't you want to go?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Yes, go.
Yeah. And about the stateless, is it possible to get positive like positive decision about my case, or doesn't matter?
I don't understand the question.
Because I'm stateless,
Yes.
is it possible to get positive opinion about my case, positive decision?
Yeah, there's Palestinians who are getting positive asylum decisions. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's all.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Let's go over to Pierre. Hello.
Hello?
Hello, Pierre. Yes.
Hello, Jim, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Jim. I just got my citizenship 5 days ago through
Congratulations.
marriage. Thank you,
Congratulations.
thank you. I have a question about my mom. She's in a tricky situation.
Okay.
She came in on a B visa in mid 2024. She's been coming in for the last 10 years. And in mid 2024, a war broke out in Lebanon, and DHS ended up offering TPS for Lebanese citizens who were here at the time. So she
Yep.
applied for TPS in late 2024, and her TPS has been pending ever since. And
Yeah.
her 6 month stay is expired in early 2025. So I'm trying
Sure.
to apply for her adjustment of status
Yep.
as a parent of a U.S. citizen. My question is, when it comes to the form I-485, uh, should I put yes, she overstayed her visa with just because she's on a pending TPS, and did she violate the term of her visa, or no?
I think I would say no. If she filed for TPS while she was still in valid status and it's been pending through no fault of her own that she didn't cause any delay, I think she could honestly answer no to both of those questions. It'll all come up at the interview, but I don't think it's sneaky or wrong to say no.
Okay.
I mean,
All right.
the officer's going to figure out pretty quickly that she didn't leave on time, and if they want to change it, they'll change it. But the way, if I'm mom, I would explain it. Yeah, I don't think I violated the terms of my status. I did what I was supposed to. I filed for TPS because of what was happening. So I tried to follow the law and it's all forgiven anyway because you're now a U.S. citizen.
100%. I'm just worried that we don't want to do any misrepresentation. That's all.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you want to be extra careful, I suppose you could say yes and just explain, but I don't think that's a violation. I don't think you have to.
All right.
Just
Awesome.
make sure
Thank you so much.
just make sure that mom can explain. I mean, it's a little bit of a nuance. What you and I are talking about right now is a little bit of a nuanced, sort of subtle thing. So if you think you're worried that mom's not going to be able to articulate it as well as me, an immigration lawyer, or you, a newly minted U.S. citizen, might, then you might want to just put it all in writing so that it's all crystal clear. Either way, it doesn't matter.
If she ends up getting an interview, I can go with her, right?
You would have to, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay, awesome. No, that's fine.
Thanks, Pierre. Congrats on
You're welcome.
becoming.
Thank you.
All right, that was Pierre. Bradley, hello.
Hello. Thank you, Jim, for taking the time to hear my situation.
Sure.
I was born in the and raised in the U.S. I moved to the U.K. in 2013. I subsequently met someone who's now my wife. She's a U.K. citizen, lived there her whole life. We've been married 10 years now. We have a 9-year-old son. Our son's a dual citizen. I also acquired UK citizenship 4 years ago. I kept my US. So my son and I have been visiting with my mother back here in Central Illinois for a few weeks. She's just turned 80, and it's getting clear that living on her own isn't a good idea anymore.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted, or my question is, and I've listened to some of the past shows who people done it the incorrect way. We've got the luxury of being out in front of it and maybe doing the correct way. So what's the correct and quickest way for my wife to move to the U.S.?
Well, let's put immigration to the side. What if she could come and be living here full time? Is this something you're just going to do while mom is, living, or is it going to change, or is this a long-term plan for her to come and get status?
It'd be a long-term
Okay.
plan.
Yeah. So as a spouse of a U.S. citizen, you can file an I-130 petition for her.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be pending at USCIS for about a year, and then it would go to the National Visa Center, and then you would have to show that you make enough money to support her. And I guess, have you been filing taxes?
Yes, I've filed taxes while I've been abroad.
Great. So you're going to have to show that you make enough money to support her, and then eventually she'll get an interview in London. Start to finish, that'll take about 2 years.
Yeah, that's kind of, I think my question is, there's no way to avoid that, because if I want to come back here and look after my mother, we would have to be apart for 2 years.
Yeah. Now there are people who come to the United States on visa waiver or on an actual a visa to the United States, and they might decide while they're here to apply for adjustment of status. That's something that does happen. I think USCIS is going to start cracking down on that a little bit more than they have.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody came and decided that all here and didn't necessarily have the intent to come and stay, but changed their mind because they saw mom got sicker or something, they shouldn't do anything like meet with an immigration attorney or do too much planning before they come, like selling all their earthly possessions and all that stuff. But there are plenty of cases where people apply for adjustment from within the United States as the spouse of a U.S. citizen, and those cases are getting approved.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Good luck to your mom, Bradley. My mom's going to be 80 in December.
It's a difficult age.
Yeah, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sure.
Sorry.
Good luck.
Thank you. Bye.
I just drove by Centralia, Illinois today. I think I was coming down 55. I assume that's near Centralia. I think Centralia. I'll have to look it up on the map. James is here. Hello, James.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Doing good. So I just had a quick question. So I have a friend. He's here on a student visa, and I'm a bit concerned for him because he was telling me over this past weekend that he went to a protest against Donald Trump, and I'm just concerned for him. Given the climate right now, I just don't want him to get into any problems. So I just wanted you to go over the potential repercussions of going to stuff like him, somebody in his position, going to like a big protest in town while he's here on a student visa. And I also want to note that recently he just got a new F1 visa. This is his third F1 visa. So he did high school in the U.S., he did college, like undergrad, and now he's trying to do his graduate studies now. And he is at the end of his 3-year OPT, and now he's doing first day CPT with this current student visa that he just got.
What is his brother's long-term plan?
He wants to be in the U.S.
No shit. He's been here a long time, and he's lucky he got that third visa.
And actually, he was concerned about getting the third visa because he had to go back home and come back just to get it stamped or whatever. But he was concerned that he wasn't going to get let into the country. So I'm just, it's confusing to me why he would go to a protest given his concerns and also generally how things are right now.
I'm 10 times more concerned about first day CPT than I am about the protest. I mean, I definitely think, I have a saying, one of my many immigration sayings is just because you can doesn't mean you should. If I were an international student, I would probably figure out ways to voice my displeasure with the Trump administration that doesn't involve public protest. I can't believe that as an immigration attorney and as someone who believes very strongly in the First Amendment that I even have to say that. But given what we saw this last year with international students and Marco Rubio thinking he's very clever and being able to revoke individual international students' visas because whatever that international student is saying is going to impact foreign policy, and the courts, some courts being willing to go along with it, I would say that he should stop doing that.
Okay.
If he wants to stay, but I'm much more concerned about the first day CPT because did he not go into the H-1B lottery while on OPT?
I think he did. He's been trying to get an H-1B, but I don't think he's been successful.
Yeah, so USCIS is all over first day CPT for people that didn't get selected in the H-1B, right? So what I'm saying is it will be problematic for him to apply for any kind of employment-based green cards or immigration benefits, employment visas, if he has done first day CPT. Those schools think they're clever, and students that go to those schools and go to class once a month, and they do it on the one weekend a month, and they really work full time as a workaround of not getting an H-1B. They're not that clever. USCIS is all over it, and it's going to make it hard for him. I understand why he's doing it, but he really needs to stop.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't. I just feel like it's a no-brainer to know that you can be deported or you can get into problems with the law very easily in a situation like that.
Well, and with him, they could even say, "Look, dude, we don't care about your politics. Not that they don't, but we don't care about your politics. We care about the fact that you've been here for 10 years and you clearly have immigrant intent by doing everything humanly possible to stay here."
Yeah.
It smacks of desperation.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Thank you for your insight on that.
Thank you, James.
All right.
James sounds like he's looking out for his friend. That's a tough one. We want everyone to be able to express themselves, especially because fascism is bad, as Nurse Laura points out. And Donald Trump is a pig and a horrible human being. October, hello.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Thank you for having me again, sir. I'm the military guy who contacted you about my name change, and I was on the show before, and you were very kind to me, as you are with everybody else.
Oh, did it all work out?
Sir, I was going to get my citizenship in the military, but God had other plans. I injured my knees, and now I'm suddenly out, so I'm not able to go to basic training.
Oh, I'm sorry, brother.
Thank you. So that's how life is. You plan for certain things, and at the last minute, anything can change. So yeah. My question to you is that since I am out of the military, so of course my date for the removal of conditions is arriving in September, since December is my expiration for my green card.
Yeah.
I am at a situation where I might not be able to afford an attorney. Do you think I can do this on my own, or do I really need an attorney?
How's everything with the marriage?
It's perfect, sir. It's beautiful. Alhamdulillah, it's beautiful.
So it's going to be a joint filing?
Yes.
Well, we do give a military discount, and I would still give that to you. It's not your fault you got bad knees. But yeah, I don't know. I think that if you have tons and tons of evidence and you're an organized person, that if we were to look on the spectrum of immigration cases, which would I be most comfortable somebody filing on their own? 751 would probably be at the top of the list. So I would say maybe.
Okay, so maybe it's not a yes. That means I do need a lawyer, especially with my name change.
Well, wait, name change. When did you change your name?
I changed it a couple of months ago because I was going to get my citizenship. So I thought that, let me just enter my new life with a new name. And, you actually told me on the show that I should have waited until becoming a citizen, and I shouldn't have added to the whole mess. But yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So, but the military is not mad at you or anything, right?
No, they're not mad. They're like, you gotta wait, you gotta fix your needs, and then you gotta, figure it out, and then you can come back next year. So for 1 year, I'm out, and by that time, I think it'll be my natural time to become a citizen, right? Because 3 years would have, finished.
Thank you, brother. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. I'll still contact your office again.
Awesome. Have a
Okay.
good day.
Take
Yep.
care. Bye.
Bye. All right. We're going to go to Robert, then Patrick, which is funny because I have a friend named Robert Patrick. Robert, hello.
Hi, Jim. Good to meet you. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. I have a question for you. So, I have Asylum approved. It was approved earlier this year in May. I live in Orlando, and I was told to file for, the adjustment of status, the 485, a year after it was approved.
Yeah.
But I've been hearing conflicting answers on this because some say that you have to wait until after the year to file it, but some say that because the processing times are at like 16 months now at USCIS, it's okay to file beforehand. And so I just want to make sure that like is it okay to file now? Because I pretty much have the package ready to go.
At our office, we wait the full year.
Yeah. So what would happen if I did file it now? Like, what's the most likely scenario?
Well, the reason there's confusion is because the Biden administration put out a memo for a while saying it's if you've been here a year, not that you have to wait a year, right? So
Right.
There's a lot of confusion about that. So we think the safer thing to do is to just wait the full year, because what could happen is you could file too early, then you wait 16 months to find out you're too early, when if you had just waited, you're gonna if you file too early, you're gonna have to start all over, and you don't find that out for a year and a half. That's why we wait.
Oh, so like the response would still be even longer no matter what they decide?
Yeah. If you're saying, Jim, if I apply and it's too early for me to apply, won't I find out right away? No, you'll find out on the back end.
Okay, and so what about the medical examination that I had to do? What would happen if I waited until after the year?
I don't know. They keep changing the rules on when those damn things expire. If you already did it, then maybe go ahead, but I wouldn't.
And is there a way of knowing like how often they change those
No.
expiration dates?
Nope.
Or how to keep track of it?
Oh yeah, I mean USCIS just put out a new rule about it. I just don't know what it is because I don't handle that myself.
Got it. Okay, that's all I needed.
Patrick, hello.
Hi, Jim. Thank you for your time today.
Sure, man.
I'm calling with a question related adjustment status for my spouse. He came here on a J1 visa from Indonesia.
Okay.
And when he got his visa, it had the 212E provision, so home, got to return home.
Yep.
I see from my own research that the skills list and countries that are subject to the skills list changed in 2024, the end of 2024.
Yeah.
So am I optimistic that that doesn't apply to him anymore?
Very, very optimistic. Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to prove that it does. When is it? Is his J1 up already?
Yes.
And have you already applied for anything or no?
No, because we're trying to get our order of operations right. So if we're thinking a waiver is necessary, that changes our search criteria for a lawyer.
Yeah, I think that it does, and I think you probably need help with the waiver. Those are really tricky to get. If you want to email me his DS 2019, I can run it past Andrew. He does all our J1 stuff, and we can let you know what we think.
Okay. Okay. So is that just this info at hacking?
Right there. Just say, this is Patrick. I was on the show asking about the J1 and the skills list.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.
All right. Chelsea's here. Hello. Chelsea, you're on mute. Hello, Chelsea. Are you there? You're on mute. All right. Oh.
Hello, Jim. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing all right. My question is 2024 June last year, I went for my interview. So I didn't hear anything back from USCIS. So February this year, 2025. So I received a letter that my interview that I did last year, June, was cancelled. So I have to call them, like, what happened? They tell me nothing. Like, it happened like that sometimes. So they told me to give them they will get back to me between 30 to 60 days. To now, I've not yet anything back from them. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what's the next thing for me to do. That's what I'm calling. Thank you.
Is this a marriage-based green card case?
Yes.
And where are you from?
I'm from Nigeria.
And when did you come to the United States?
2017.
And when you came in 2017, were you married or were you single?
I'm single then. When I come in 2017, I'm single.
Well, how about when you got your visa? Were you single or were you married?
I don't understand the question, please.
Sure. So sometime before 2017, you were sitting around in Nigeria and you said, I'm going to go apply for a visit visa to the United States, right?
Yes.
When you filled out the paperwork for your visit visa to the United States, were you married or were you single?
I'm single then.
So you were never married in Nigeria?
Yes.
So the first marriage you ever had was in the United States?
I can't hear very well. Can you just say it again, please?
The first time you ever got married in your whole life was in the United States?
Yes.
Did you fill out your paperwork for your visit visa or did you pay someone to fill it out for you?
I figured out myself.
And you said that you were single?
Yes.
Did you ever apply for a visit visa before this time?
Before this time? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And did you ever tell them at any time that you were married?
No.
Okay. All right. So you come on a visit visa in 2017, and then what did you do? What did you do? Why didn't you leave on time?
Yeah, I come with a B1, B2 on 2017.
Why didn't you leave after 6 months?
I wanted to leave, but there's some issue that come up then that make me way like, okay, I just make up my mind and let me stay. I don't want to go back again.
Like what?
Then I lost my father and my mom.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So then you just hung out here out of status for years, right?
Yes.
And then you married a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
And that person filed an I-130 petition for you?
Yes.
And when was that?
It's 2021.
Has that person been married before?
Yes.
Did their case involve anyone getting an immigration benefit?
No.
They're a natural-born U.S. citizen?
No.
Are they from Nigeria?
Yes.
So how did they get their status?
My wife or his father that filed for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the person she married before, she didn't help them get a green card or anything?
She married, but not for green card, not for anything, not for immigration benefit, nothing.
Okay.
They just have a kid together, and she already divorced long time, like 2010, like after like 10 years before I met her.
When did tell me about your interview.
The interview was good. Well, everything was good. The officer just told me and my wife like he said I need to get the what is it called he said in my medical record the polio vaccination is not included.
Well, right.
I need to get it, so I have to go and get it, and I send it to them.
Did they separate you and your wife?
No, we sit together. We are together. We sit together.
Okay, if you had to guess, why do you think they haven't approved? Have they approved the I-130 or not?
None.
So nothing has been approved.
Nothing get approved. I only get my EAD card. That's it.
And how long was your interview?
It's over 2 years. No, it's more than a year now. I did it last year, June. So it's like a year and 2 months now.
Okay. What about is if you had to guess why they haven't approved it, what would you say?
If I have the chance?
No. If you know your case better than I do, right?
Yes.
If you had to guess, why haven't they approved your case? If you had to guess,
I don't know.
why don't they like you?
I don't know why, because I'm married. My wedding is gonna be 4 years in next month. So I don't know why. And we live together, we do things together. Even they asked me for like RFE or like evidence. I got a lot of evidence, but they never asked for that.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. So on a scale of 1 to 10, do you think you have a lot of evidence, a little evidence?
Well, 10 by 10. Yes, I have a lot of evidence.
Okay. Well, Chelsea, I don't know. Have you watched this show before?
Yes, I used to watch it.
So, we spend a lot of time on here talking about Nigerian divorces and Nigerian marriages and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So they might just be discriminating against you because you're a man from Nigeria, right? But if you were never married before, and if you never applied for a visa and said you were married before, they might just be thinking you have some kind of a deal in Nigeria, and they're sitting on your case. If you want our help, we can help you. I can get you a decision on this case in about 2 months. If you want to email me, or we can. Do we have his contact information, Huli? Yeah. We'll reach out. We'll send you an email tonight, and then we could sue them for you to try to get things moving, okay?
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
All right. See you, my friend.
Thank you.
All right. I always think on those Nigerian cases that I got that shit all figured out, but I don't know on this one. No prior marriages. October B says, attorneys are charging consultation fees for what Jim's doing here for free. Oh, well, we're all learning here, October. If this isn't God's work, then I don't know what is. That's great, because I thought I was going to be a priest one day. Ha ha ha. I'm doing God's work in a different way. Zizar is here. Hello.
Hello, Jim. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you?
Good. Hey, thank you for doing this for so many people.
What's up?
I gotta jump right straight to my case. So this is what is happening. So I am doing my adjustment of status. My daughter is 21 years and she's asking for me as her father.
Great.
The situation is, I got a little bit of criminal background, or that's what they call it, at least. In 2015, I had an infraction for wrongful appropriation. That is what it's called.
Uh-huh.
The disposition was to pay a fine. I never spent not even 1 day in jail. I paid the fine in 2015, and that was it.
Okay.
How will that affect my case?
That's it?
Yes, that's it. And then I have some traffic tickets. Yes, but nothing important.
So an infraction, that sounds like a municipal thing. Was it a state charge or like a city charge?
It was a city. It was just a city.
I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about, so you've been here a really long time, right?
Yeah, 22 years.
And did you have a visa when you entered?
I had a F1 visa, where I have an H1 first and then an F1. It expired in 2013.
Okay. So your kid would have been born like around 2004?
2007 and 2004.
2004. So that the 2004 kid is the one that's going to file for you?
Yes.
Have you ever claimed that you were a U.S. citizen?
Not in.
What'd you say? I think we lost him. So,
Hello?
Yeah, sorry about that. So,
yes, not in any official document.
How about any unofficial documents?
Yes, once they were doing an credit card application, and yes.
So that's a deportable offense. They can keep you from getting your green card.
will they be able to research my credit card?
That's the wrong question. The question on the 45 is, have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen in writing or in any other way? You'd have to say yes. And
Okay.
if you say yes, then you don't get a green card. And
Yeah.
you get deported these days.
Well, but that was done when they were doing a sales event over at the store, and they did that. They even input all my information on their computer system.
So
And
you're saying
yes,
somebody else filled that out?
yes, and it was just for the store credit card or something.
Well, I wouldn't minimize it. You keep saying this wasn't official. It was something, if they're the ones that filled it out and said that you were a U.S. citizen, that's different than if you said you were a U.S. citizen. I'm just saying that if you did say that you were a U.S. citizen, you have to tell them that. And if you tell them that, you're going to get deported.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
Good luck.
Yeah. Now on the infraction end, no issue with that?
I don't think so. A municipal charge, that should not be a problem.
Okay, but when we do the fingerprints, it will show up, right? Or no?
Yeah, it's just a municipal charge. You said there was no jail time. There was no possible jail time because it was a city charge. So generally, it should be okay.
Okay. One more question, Jim. So on the sponsor, so I am asking somebody to sponsor me, and he makes $23,000 only. He doesn't work anymore, but he has $80,000 savings.
Get it? No, somebody else.
Sorry?
Ditch that guy. That's not going to help you. Find somebody else.
Okay, the savings will not be enough. He's just making 23 now. He's really 80 years old now.
Yeah, no, find somebody else.
Okay. What should I look for? Somebody else that is making more money? Or
well, first of all, you said he's not working anymore, so you have to have proof of current employment. So that's the number one problem. The number two problem is he isn't making very much money, right? So you need to find someone who makes roughly, if they're single, 28, 29, 30,000 for each of the last 3 years.
Okay. Yep, I will do so.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you, Jim. Hey, take care.
Bye-bye. All right. Let's go to SS. Hello. SS, you're on mute. I have upcoming travel plans, so I wonder how long will it take after I filed my I-751 to get my letter. I think about 3 weeks.
I'm back.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I had my citizenship interview yesterday. I passed it. Today I saw that it was approved and oath will be scheduled.
Nice.
But there's a problem. So I had a traffic ticket back in India that I thought I had paid because the system told me I did, and I took the non-objection certificate as a proof. And so they made me sort of sign that this ticket was resolved, it was paid, and it was all good. But when I came back, I checked that because of a system issue, it's showing that it was paid for a different sort of ticket, and the original ticket may not have been paid.
You mean it was amended? The ticket you had was amended to something else, or you paid ticket A, but you were talking about B with US.
No, half the issue is it's an Indian Delhi traffic ticket. So when I enter my license number, it shows me that no ticket is pending. But then I realized after the interview that because of a system issue, when I'm entering a certain license number, it's showing me a result for a different license number.
I thought Delhi was like Cairo and there weren't any traffic laws at all, that everybody just drove wherever they wanted. So
you are right, but
I would get proof that whatever ticket you're worried about, that you pay it before you go to your oath ceremony, and then just bring that with you and say, hey, this came up in my interview. I don't think it's a big deal. I thought that all my Indian traffic tickets were my 2 I thought I only had one Indian traffic ticket. I thought I was taken care of. Apparently it wasn't. I found that out after my interview, and I've fixed it. I've paid it. Here you go.
Okay, so that you don't think that'll be an issue?
No, as
Okay.
long as you have proof that you resolved it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've already signed saying that I resolved it.
Yeah, well, I know. Just explain it to them. I don't think they're going to care.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Good luck, buddy. Yep, for sure.
Mhm.
All right. Let's go to KS. Hello. You're on mute, KS. Hello, KS. I don't know. We'll put them back in timeout. Let's go to Arslan. Hello.
Hey, Jim. Thank you for taking my call, sir.
Sure, buddy.
I have a quick question, two questions actually. I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm trying to petition my sibling who is 55. So my question is, when I file his petition, would I file a petition separate from my sibling and his kids separate petitions, or it's going to be one petition altogether?
Just one altogether.
And
How old are his kids?
One of his oldest kids is 18, and my sibling age is 55.
Okay. Well, yeah. So when you know that when you file for your brother or sister, you know it takes like 20 years, right?
What I heard, it was 8 or 9 years. People from Pakistan.
No. Let's take a look. I'll pull up the visa bulletin. So right now, if we look up the visa bulletin for August 2025, they are giving out visas for brothers and sisters of U.S. citizens who filed in January of 2008. So what is that, 17 and a half years?
Oh, okay.
So it'd be extremely optimistic of you to file an I-130 for your brother. Very optimistic. Not saying you shouldn't do it, but basically we all have to be here 17, and by then it'll probably be 20 years from now.
It's because of the kids, or because of his age?
It's neither. It's because there are 17 years of people in line ahead of your brother.
Oh, I see. Okay.
There's no.
And the second,
Congress limits the number of visas available for brothers and sisters of U.S. citizens, and it's by country. And so, if you're from India, Mexico, or China, it's even longer. But Pakistan's with everybody else, and even for them, it's 17 years.
oh, I see. All right, sir. And the second question: when I file the petition, the kid's age will freeze at the time of petition, or is gonna?
Maybe not. I mean, it'll be frozen while the I-130 is pending at USCIS, but they'll probably age out, but we don't know. I mean, go ahead and file it if you want to. It's not a big deal, but that's something we can't know until later if he's going to age out or not, because it depends on how it gets processed.
All right, perfect. And then, like you say, I do have to pay a separate fee for the kids as well?
Later, not now.
No, right now. Okay, perfect, sir. Thank you so much for the information. I appreciate it.
Bye, Arslan. See you, buddy. All right, I'm going to go back to KS, see if they're there. Are you guys there? Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Oh, how you doing? Fantastic to be with you. Thank you, Attorney Jim, for taking my call.
Sure.
I'm a U.S. citizen. I've been married for 6 years. Currently, I live in the Philippines. I filed an I-130 in February of this year. And, it used to say 14 months, and now it actually increased to 19 months.
Yep.
I did file a request for expedition. I don't know if that has anything to do with them increasing the time. It doesn't make sense that it would, but no, right?
Why should your case be expedited? Why should your case go faster than other people?
I wrote for economic reasons because I had a business with my wife. We had an export business. We exported from Philippines seafood.
Well, so I don't think that's going to be granted in any meaningful way.
No, huh?
Most expedite requests are denied, and And I would imagine that, I mean, they deny expedite requests when like the spouse is dying of cancer. So for economic reasons, I don't think they're going to approve it. No.
Gotcha. Now, I had another question. You know, my wife has a 10 years visitor's visa.
Yeah.
We've been to the U.S. maybe around 5 times. One time, you know, a few times with, she has 2 kids. A few times the kids also came.
Yep.
You know, is she going to have an issue coming to the U.S. since an I-130 is filed?
She might. She's demonstrated immigrant intent by filing the I-130. So if she comes with all of her earthly belongings and her kids, they might question her at CBP. They might look at her phone and they might conclude that she's not really coming for a visit, but instead she's coming to get a green card. So yeah, I think that could be a problem.
Okay, if she doesn't come with her earthly belongings nor her kids, would she still have an issue?
I can't guarantee that she won't.
Gotcha. You know, okay, because I wanted to visit my mom and stay with her a bit because she's 75.
Sure.
And you know, I was going to go there reasonably soon. You know, the first time I went there, I went to the U.S. with my wife. It was because my dad, he had a liver cancer like 5 years ago. So we filed an expedited request. We got it granted. We got a quick 10 years visitor's visa. I was able to see him. We were able to see him before he passed away. Actually, only I was able to because that was the time of COVID. So we weren't even, you know, I was barely allowed in the hospital only with special permission because it was like a crazy time. But, you know, I wanted to visit my mom, and then, you know, my wife also has a very close relationship. You know, we've been married 6 years. They're very close also. You know, she wanted to also come. Would it make a difference if we came together or separate?
I would come together and I would bring documentation of, number one, mom's being sick, and number 2, kids being back home, and number 3, anything else that supports the idea that she's going to go back and wait in the Philippines for her actual immigrant visa.
Like, I mean, we just got a car like less than a year ago. It's in her name. Because I'm in the Philippines, everything's in her name. You know how I don't know if you. Yeah. That's, you know.
But like, if she has a job, if she has a bank account, what reasons does she have to go back?
Oh well, kids, job.
You have to convince me. You have to convince the CBP officer who's being a dick when you're trying.
No, well, yeah, gotcha. So, in your opinion, is that reasonable? House, car, stuff like that.
Yeah. Has she been to visit since the I-130 was on file?
No, we just filed it February of this year. The last time she went, it was for my mom's 75th birthday last year in October.
Well, okay, so then I guess the other piece of evidence that I would bring with me is proof that she's always left on time.
Yeah, we have proof that we've gone to the U.S. together. Left, you know, I'm a big compliance guy. You know, I mean, I believe in the rule of law, and I always follow the law. I believe in, you know, legal immigration. To be honest, like I'm not a huge, you know, I want to stay above board. Good. You know, that's first and foremost. Especially, you know, this day and age. It's very important, I believe, to stay above board. You know, with all the issues, you know, the government seems to be a bit hawkish on immigration.
A bit,
according to the news. I've been in PH for 6 years, but I do get news. And,
a bit hawkish. That's we will end on that. Yes, they are a bit hawkish, my friend. Good luck with everything, and good luck to your mom.
All right. Do you think I should get into? Should I seek an attorney to help me
for the visit? No. Mm-mm. Nothing an attorney can do when you're coming on the visit.
We will end on that. Yes, they are a bit hawkish.
All right. We're going to go ahead and wrap on that note. I hope everybody has a good day. I hope you all enjoyed the show. We had about 700 people watching on the 2 channels, so that's pretty remarkable. I think people missed us. We'll be back tomorrow, 2 p.m. tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central. We'll see you guys here, episode 883. Bring us your questions. Bring us your concerns. Tell us your stories. Tell us about your DS-160. Tell us about how whatever's going on. We'll be happy to talk about it tomorrow, immigration-wise and elsewise. Skyla, Hooley, thank you for your help. I will see everybody tomorrow. Good night.
I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of disease.